This is TMI, and we're taking a look at the underlying factors that led to the relocation of Edo Election Petitions Tribunal to Abuja. Some saw it coming, some never saw it coming. Some are saying it was pre-planned, others saying no, it was predestined. Some are saying it's like, a master stroke to favor political party XYZ. What do you think about it? Others are saying no, it's because of the violence. The violence is too much. If the judges should continue in that particular regard, it might just tell negatively on their personality. They were like, okay, fine, let's move this. What do you feel about this? With me here in the studio to talk about this, he is a lecturer in the Uniben Political Science, a senior lecturer. Yeah, join me to welcome Dr. Andrew Omosefe. Welcome to TMI, so this edition.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back here.
All right, and of course, a big congratulations to the bouncing baby girl. We're coming to celebrate. We're coming to celebrate.
Thank you.
Okay, and of course, I have me right or no Jomo. Yeah. I got it right now. Yeah. I told you I was going to get a hang of the name. I call him a passive face. It was like, this how it goes. We should do this and do that, politically speaking. When you start analyzing, you get to know the reason why I choose to term him a pacifist. All right, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, distinguished viewers. It's a privilege being with you again. Thanks, greetings to you all.
All right, now all the way from Abuja via Zoom, yes, Usman Mohammed, a political analyst, political affairs commentator. Usman, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Usman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, all right. Well, we're waiting for others to come. Remember what they're saying, broadcasting, the show definitely must go on. For some good reasons, I want to start with Iyeyemi to tell me what he feels about the relocation of Edo State Election Petition Tribunal from Benin to Abuja, taken about the underlying factor. Let me start off with you for some good reasons.
Okay, yeah. And to be frank and to be honest, what was the reason and why did they relocate this electoral tribunal? You understand? We all know it's because of maybe insecurity. You saw the violence playing out and you could just but I begin to ask myself, if you're relocating this electoral tribunal to Abuja, what if those factors that necessitate for this tribunal to be relocated in Abuja now arise in Abuja? Are you going to relocate this? Are you going to relocate the tribunal to Sokoto or Kano State or whatsoever? You understand? So that tells you where we are as a nation, and that tells you we are not serious. Because if you could, what was the reason they gave? They didn't give any reason. And is it that non-state actors are not powerful than state actors? You understand? And if you could relocate the tribunal to Abuja and because of security and all that tells you where we are as a nation, and it's really unfortunate, and this is the kind of, and that's why Africa, Nigeria is where it is today, and you understand, everything is about politics and interest, and whoever is highly connected, and you can see what is going on, and that tells you we are not serious as a nation.
All right, now you're saying because of security challenges, I am not so pleased with them changing or relocating.
So if those security challenges now arise in Abuja, will you now relocate the tribunal to maybe Kano or Kaduna or whatsoever? And
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to me. All right, then let's move straight down to Abuja, where Mohammed Osman is standing by. Mohammed, if you can hear me, what's your opening speech on this particular discussion? Talking about the underlying factor that led to the relocation of the tribunal from Benin to Abuja.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, and I want to say a happy 2025 to you and everybody. Relocating the tribunal to Abuja, I don't think it was shocking because, first of all, it was something that a lot of people had seen coming. It's sad that in Nigeria, things that are supposed to take seriously, we don't take them seriously. What do I mean? Election is over, and inside the court, it's not where you use um, what's it called now? Guns or cutlass. Your gun and your cutlass inside the court to be your evidence to support or to be against whatever your opponent is saying. It is now unfortunate that their own cutlass is going to be um, the real cutlass and guns. So Abuja, as it is, naturally supposed to be a no man's land. So I do not agree with my former analyst that said if there's going to be security challenges in Abuja like we saw in Edo, it is not possible, first of all. Not possible. Nobody that is born of a woman in Edo can move, first of all, whether you use bus or you use airplane to go to Abuja and go and perpetrate the kind of violence that we saw in Edo. Let everybody calm down. This case is going to go from tribunal, I think, to appeal, then to Supreme Court. Even though you lose at the tribunal level, it is possible you may not lose at the appeal level. Even though you lose at the appeal level, it's possible you may not lose at the Supreme Court level. If as the case may now be, you lose at the three level, election is coming again in 2028. So everybody will get ready for that. At the moment, what is important is working for Edo State and making sure that Edo does not go backward, no matter who the governor is. If Edo is good, Edo is good for everybody. Edo is not good, it's not good for everybody. Thank you.
You, Mohammed, I'll come back to you. Okay, now let me come to Dr. Andrew Mosefe. You heard what EAMA talked about. They said, look, security situation is not pleased with this. What if the same thing happened in Abuja? Usman said it can never happen in Abuja because of security architecture. From your own analysis, what do you feel about this?
Well, it's most unfortunate that it got to this stage. My initial thoughts when I saw the letter, the notice, was that it didn't have to get to this. If actually we had maintained ourselves, or conducted ourselves, in a civil manner, and in a manner that, will not constitute us into thugs. The judges became unsafe as a result of the shenanigans of the various non-state actors, that were involved in this whole thing. But if you ask me, I would say that none of the two political parties, main political parties, was, how will I put it now? None of the two political parties was free from this whole thing. But not that I support violence, in any way, but I also pin the blame on the doorsteps of the opposition PDP, because that was where the whole thing started from. The video, a very disturbing video surfaced, some 2 weeks ago on the internet, where we saw somebody brandishing pump action gun, putting on AIO Square T-shirt and cap, and was just, moving around the King Square, and nobody stopped him, nobody arrested him, and the guy had a field day, threatening the lives of people, and was talking. If you could hear him in that video, you could see him, boasting, somebody would die, somebody would this, and all of that. And the first question that came to my mind that day was, where are the security agents? Why are they not arresting this guy? And of course, you would not expect that you know, the other political party, the APC, to fold its arms and watch people threaten, you know, their own lives and all of that. So it became a free-for-all, and the APC also had to retaliate. Not that the brandish, I didn't see any video where they brandished weapons, but we could see all their men in court. At some point, we also saw the fisticuffs that occurred too between some persons who were putting on black and black.
Yes, yes.
And they called them personal security of Aswa Ighodalo. And, you know, they had to practically chase them out of the courtroom. I think that's what we are seeing in this video. They had to practically, you know, send them out of the courtroom and all of that. And then you can see in the video where police officers were watching helplessly. You know, they could not arrest the situation. And so, under that circumstance, you cannot expect the judges to function properly. You cannot expect them to feel safe while they are, you know, going about, you know, their duty as regards election petitions. And it speaks volumes as to the security situation in our country. This is a court. It's supposed to be a holy ground. You know, the lawyers will pride themselves as worshippers in the temple of justice. So if the courtroom is referred to as the temple of justice, it should be treated as a holy ground. And if you find police officers who are not able to secure the courtroom and help it maintain, you know, that holiness that it ought to be, then it becomes most unfortunate. So people, it's a society where there are no laws. That's what sociology will say. They will say a society where there are no laws, then the society will, you know, become a state of anarchy.
All right.
So it was almost becoming, the court was becoming, or entered, not almost becoming. The court already has slided into a state of anarchy, you know, lawlessness. That's the meaning of anarchy, lawlessness. And so something needed to be done. And for me, I welcome the relocation of the Edo State Election Petitions Tribunal to Abuja, and I believe that where it is now is a safe haven for the dispensation of justice.
All right, I will come back to you. Well, you've heard Dr. Andrew Mosefe. He painted on the opposition. Let's get to hear what Usman will have to say about this. And of course, some other PDP members, what are really going to say about this. But we have to go for a break. When we return, we'll continue with this discussion. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. We're taking a look at the relocation of the Petition Tribunal from Edo State capital, Benin City, to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The underlying factor. Joining us right now in the studio is a legal practitioner, political affairs commentator, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Barrister Greg Adaze. Welcome to TMI, Barrister. Appreciate your coming.
Thank you for your invitation.
All right.
Good morning, my viewers.
I believe that you heard the opinion made by Dr. Andrew. He said he's not in support of violence, but he pinned it on the PDP and their supporters for what he said. He said they were the one that started it. And that was the reason why there was a counter-reaction from the APC supporters. After all, action and reaction, they are equal and opposite. What do you have to say about that, Barrister?
It's okay, Wesley. The topic of the day borders on relocation, which also interwoven with the issue of security. Yes. Honestly, I'm not in support of the relocation of the tribunal to. Yes. The reason being that the tribunal, state tribunal, was created by the Constitution. So in that sense, the reason why the constitution provides for a state a tribunal for each state of the federation is for easy access to justice and also to reduce the cost of litigation. Litigation is very expensive. So for them to have relocated, it's not supported by any law. There's no law. Insecurity is not even a reason, because the government primary responsibility is security. Whatever the reaction and counter-reaction you refer to, we have security. Those people behind the upheaval, the disturbance, even in the court premises, they are not above the law. These people should be investigated. And even happen, some of these things happen in the court premises. And the security were also present. You use some of these people as an example. They're not bigger than law. Some of them don't even need to move around. They are play built for them. So, for them to have said that because of that, FCT, they now relocate tribunal, that is not the essence of a state tribunal.
So you're not in support of it?
It's a legal issue.
You're not in support of the relocation?
Yes, so to say it touches on even the jurisdiction, procedurally. Though it's not the substantively, but procedurally. So it's a serious issue. So I'm not in support.
All right, I'll come back to you, Barrister. I said it's on the support. Before I come to Iyeyemi, let's move straight down to Abuja. Let's get to hear Usman's point of view. Barrister said it's on the support of it. After all, it's a state jurisdiction thing. Everyone should have access to justice. The closer to the particular scene, the better for them. Rather moving into Abuja. And of course, Dr. Andrew said he's going to pin it on the PDP because they were the one that started it all. He gave example of a guy brandishing the T-shirt of a lot of PDP member shouting, bring up our mandate. And of course, bodyguards of one of the candidates, yes, the candidate rather of the PDP in premises of court, he said that was quite intimidating, hence the APC supporters reacted. Mohammed, what's your take on this?
Thank you very much. I want to say that the barrister that spoke last is very, very, very entitled to his opinion because personally, I think that serving justice from the US does not. If I did something in Edo and the court has decided that because of security, we always forget that these judges, they too, they are humans, they have family. If I was the judge and I'm going to preside over this Edo State Tribunal matter, for the things that have happened recently, both inside the court and outside the court, I will not be safe. So it is better for me to go to a place where I know I will be safe. Justice can be served anywhere. As a matter of fact, the judgment that happened for the tribunal too in Kano, it wasn't done in Kano. I think it was even delivered via Zoom for the one in Kano. So this one, they are not even doing it via Zoom. They are saying that they are going to be present in Abuja. That is for my very good barrister. Then for the other man who said that he's going to pin it on the opposition. First of all, when I was coming for the program, I did not come here to talk about politics, talk about PDP, APC, or any other political party. I came here to state the facts of the matter. Because some of us, because out of respect for some people in government today, we have decided to be quiet for some time. If it was to discuss the state of Edo, I would not have even come. But since I heard it is tribunal relocation, I said, okay, no problem. So saying that opposition, the former military president of Nigeria has said that if insurgency lasts for more than 24 hours, you know that the government is involved. That man that they said was wearing AIO2 and brandishing pop action, if he truly was working for the PDP, his face is everywhere. By now, he would have been arrested. Everybody knows the psychology behind it. I am supporting AIO2 and I'm wearing AIO2 shirt and brandishing gun. There's no sense in that, first of all. Therefore, the private security that Ashwell brought, with all due respect to the police, they should be ashamed of themselves. This is because somebody had to bring in private security himself because he believes that the security architecture, especially in Edo, is partisan. And it is not fair. You see policemen from what you are showing now, working with
Mohammed, I can't hear you. Okay, fine. Just try to get the link again corrected
collecting my
and
tax.
go back to more. Okay, fine. It's back.
Can you
Continue,
hear me?
Mohammed. Continue.
Yes. I said it is sad that the police have decided to be an arm of a particular political party. It is very sad. If I was the one that was in court that day, they will not beg me to live there. You will see them with the full weight of the law. You will see them with the full weight of the law. Now, because these people are in government, the police by now should know that they are the barrack. Soldier go, barrack will remain. No matter who the political party is, the police should be seen to be fair. That's why Godalo had to bring in private security who were not even holding guns. Then you see known thugs, known. These are people who we have known for a very long time. Then you are begging them, oh, sorry, massaging their ego. It is very sad. This is not the Edo of our dreams. Like I said, I did not come here to discuss politics. I'm only discussing it now because somebody said so. Some of us, we have respect for one or two persons who are in this government. And we have decided that, okay, let us leave it for now. But it doesn't mean that we are not seeing what is going on. Just the video you are showing now, the one you are showing now, the private security that they are driving now, are they holding guns? Are they holding guns? You see a particular man who likes to wear native and cap. This person will know who he is. Then you come and you are begging him. You are begging him, a paegui for what? A paegui for inside the court. A paegui, then somebody will say that it is the opposition. If these people were working for Aswe Godalo or Saudi, I swear by now they will be in jail. So let us leave politics sometimes and face the fact. Edo is for me, Edo is for you. Whosoever wins at the tribunal, Supreme Court, Appeal Court, whosoever, the person is going to rule for 4 years, maximum 8 years. Edo will still remain the heartbeat of the nation. Thank you.
Definitely come back to you where you heard him. He said he wants to talk about the tribunal, but from what he saw, from what he perceived, it's like, according to him, alleged that the security agents there, they are like an extension of a political party, because it would be someone that is not highly connected. The way the police will just swoop down on such an individual will not be what we're seeing right now on the screen. Iyeyemi, do you have something contrary to say about this?
That's the truth. That's the fact it's saying, you understand? Because whether you like it or not, look at security architecture. Who run the government? Who control the security? The security, their loyalty is not, the security, their loyalty is not even to the Constitution. It's to the president, you understand? But one thing you should know, wherever position you occupy, your loyalty first should be to the Constitution of Nigeria. But we cannot see that whatever position you man, your loyalty will always be fixed to the person that appoints you or help you in getting that position. And that's why we are where we are. And that's why Nigerians will continue to suffer. And that's why we always get this deterioration, because we don't put the people's interest. It's our own personal interest. For instance, now you can see what is going on. You see the institution, education, military, and the rest of them. You see the same leaders that refuse to fund this institution, underfund them. Professors, lecturers have been all good amount of money for some months. You understand? And these are institutions you deliberately kill. Then you prefer to send your children foreign abroad. Then after you bring those kids to come man this institution, you deliberately kill. I wonder if these people are patriotic. So you understand? If those places you're running to, people build them, people sacrifice. Our leaders, are they sacrificing? They're just after their personal gain. And let's be frank, and we cannot move from where we are today, whether you like it or not. And that is a problem. Ask yourself, Africa is one of the richest continents. Nigeria is one of the richest countries. If we truly manage our resources, if we truly manage our resources, we'll be a prosperous nation. Education that is supposed to be a key sector, they are not funding education properly. You understand? And you forget, no nation can grow, no nation can industrialize without education. But you deliberately kill this institution. Later on, these kids you send abroad, you bring them back to man this institution. Your kids cannot go to public school. You cannot use public facilities. So name it, but you want to control this institution. All right. So it's really unfortunate, you understand. The people will continue to suffer, Nigeria will continue to suffer, because whether you like it or not, the society you're seeing today is a reflection of our leadership. Okay. Nigeria did not get to where it is by accident. All right. It's the management process all over the years that are taking us to where we are today.
I will come back to you, Yeyeme. Well, Dr. Andrew, you've heard both of them. Osman said, look, it's like, a shame that is a shame of security apparatus for someone to bring his own personal security. That means he doesn't trust security apparatus on the ground. And moreover, the men in black, the bouncers, they were not armed. They were just there to do their thing, protect their principle, and that was it. They shouldn't start pointing fingers at opposition, because if you take a look at the situation, it is just a norm for some persons to go around with their security. And moreover, gun brandishing, if it will not have this connection with the ruling party, that person would have been caught, because what he said it's everywhere on the internet, everywhere on the social media. And maybe that was someone else. They will have just swooped in on that particular figure. Hence, he has doubts. Take it up from there.
Now, don't get it twisted. I do not support violence.
You've said that before.
And I do not support whatever happened in the Edo State Election Petitions Tribunal. And I'm still maintaining that what happened, what led, I only gave a background explanation of what led to the, if we are discussing the relocation of the Edo State Election Petitions Tribunal to Abuja, we must be able to give a background information. True. You understand? Because you cannot be talking, abstractly. You must be able to say, this is where it started from. And this is how it got to where it is that necessitated the relocation. Now, I am still maintaining too that it all started with a young man putting on AIO square shirt, holding a pump action and shouting, bring back our mandate. You cannot say that it was the ruling party that did that or that orchestrated that. You cannot say that. Even till now, have you seen the PDP coming out to issue a disclaimer about that guy? Nobody has done that. And so the impression is still there that, the young man brandishing that weapon. I wish we can play the video. You will hear those things that he was saying. So, as far as I'm concerned, the police did not do well in this situation. I love the police. I ought to have even been a police officer, but for some reasons. And so when I see police officers, I respect them because of the job they do. But in this situation, they did not do well to protect the judges. It's not about protecting the politicians all right? The politicians can protect themselves if they want to. But we are talking of protecting the judges and all other lawyers involved in this whole situation. And you saying that Aswa Ighodalo has the right to protect himself. Oh, yes. He has the right to protect himself. But not when the guys you brought now began to screen who can enter the courtroom and who cannot enter. That was what happened before this fracas ensued. They were now screening people who could enter the courtroom and those who cannot enter the courtroom. And in most cases, they were now sending out those they ought not to have even sent out in the first instance. And so, yeah, of course, they were now playing the role of the policemen. Whereas the policemen were already there, you understand, they know they have a checklist of those who ought to be inside the courtroom. But these guys now came in, they're putting on black and black, they are not policemen, they are not security agents, all right? They are now the ones that will now say, you enter, you don't enter. I mean, come on. If the man wants to protect himself, does it also include screening out people, determining people who will enter the courtroom and people who should not enter? So you cannot use your personal security to constitute insecurity to others. And so that was why you saw the retaliation. And like I said, I'm very happy with the relocation of the Petition Tribunal from Benin, because although the lawyer here talked about easy access to justice, but me, I'm also saying that the relocation of the Petition Tribunal to Abuja will also mean delivery or dispensation of justice unhindered. This time around, they will now operate in an ambience of serenity, where everybody will now come in a civilized manner, sit down in the courtroom, both lawyers will come, argue their cases, all right, present their evidences before the learned justices, and then from there, we will determine, you know, who will get justice and who will not get justice. But under this condition, it would have been almost impossible for even the judges to function because their lives were under threat.
I'll come back to you, Dr.
I've read it clearly. So I will continue to maintain my position that I'm not comfortable with the relocation. He's saying that whatever reasons, if possible, the tribunal would also be relocated from the premises of the Edo State High Court to a separate venue wherein adequate security will be given to them. But that was not done. It was taken to what? Abuja. In all of this, the responsibility of the government is to provide security for the citizens. In this situation, they have not communicated. Even look at the election that were done. You look at the tight security. If there's security for any reason, there's security challenges in the ongoing election tribunal in Edo State. They can call for more arms. But that is not the situation. The law that provides for tribunal does not say that it should be relocated. By virtue of section 285, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, that allows each of the states to have what? A tribunal. There's nowhere. We are speaking, I don't know, it has not been able to, the law.
But hold on, don't forget the case in Kano some few months ago. Because of almost the same situation, it was relocated, even delivered via Zoom.
No, there's no, you can deliver from anywhere, Zoom. You don't know if they are even in your state. It was delivered from Zoom, no problem. It could even be in the state, you don't know the particular location. So, it's not really, there's no law. The Constitution did not allow that. That's the area I'm looking at it. That if for every reason there's problem of security, they would have right. Sister security agency, they will come. That's why I will also suggest that they would even relocate the tribunal specifically from the premises of the Edo State High Court to a different venue wherein adequate security will be given to everybody that is involved in the proceedings. But this was not done. It was relocated. So I'm not truly in support of. And again, like I rightly said, those people that are involved in violence, it's not too late. There's no time limit as to crime. They can still fish them out. The reason why this country is still where we are today, the reason why we are still struggling, is because of just law. The law. As I tell that some persons, they go to prison, they are being convicted, they went there to serve. But you know, you are seeing, they are afraid to go there. Let them spend 3 weeks there. They will let their lesson, they will even run.
So you're saying that they should have locked up anyone involved?
It will not take them
But
anything.
why didn't they do it?
That's the problem.
Because you could see the video saying, everybody calm down, day one, day two.
Listen, it's not too late. It's maybe probably investigation must have been going on. At the end of the day, they will charge them. Even no judge or magistrate will even see a case of that nature that will even that will frown at it. The circumstances, they will even, based at the discretion of the court. They can even refuse them bail. Let them learn lessons. The reason why you see people are doing what they are doing in this country is that people have no, they will just commit an offense, will go scot-free. And that is why the people travel abroad. The reason why abroad, they are moving forward is because of their law. It works there. But here, for one reason or the other. It's not funny anymore, Davis. We need to develop this country.
All right. Now, let's move straight down to Abuja, where Usman is standing by. From what Barrister said, it says some arrests would have been made. At least that would have really, checked the challenges being faced by, people coming to court to witness the proceedings, and of course, security agents, if arrests were made. Now, the arrests, according to some persons, were not really made. What do you think is behind this inaction, so to speak, of the Nigerian police force?
It's not that the arrests were not really made. The arrests were not made at all. It was not made at all. So let us not sugarcoat it more. Nobody is in detention either in Edo or in Abuja that this person did so and so. You see, I have a friend who says something. People know what they are doing. In the 2024 general election, you saw 6 weeks for the election. They started picking people up. IRS team came in, pick this one up, pick that one up, pick this one up. That was when you knew that the police force, they knew what they were doing. These are professionals. They know their job. They know this, they know that. See people who, this one, they did not use mask. They did not shield their face. It started all when before they even started adopting regions for this tribunal. A man, I don't want to mention his name, because I don't want to dignify him with mentioning his name from my mouth, who always wears native and cap. He went inside the court premises and says he wants to recover boss that a certain lawyer brought. There is nothing in this world that is worse than that. If you want to recover a vehicle, you know where this person stays. Go to his house, go and recover anything you want to recover. That's where it started from. So if I was Aswell, for example, and I see that the case never even started, they don't perpetrate violence, you think I will go there unarmed? That is why I will always respect the Nigerian military. Always. I may have personal issues with them, some of them who I feel sometimes they just like to oppress civilians. But in terms of professionalism, you can never fault them. A Nigerian army man will not be there, for example, yesterday or whatever day it was, and you see people doing those stuff that they were doing. Come to Abuja. When you are passing the Defense Academy Road, you see the sanity that is there. This is because these people have decided that they want to take the country first. The police, on the other hand, with all due respect to the ones who know what they are doing, have decided that they are for any government in power. And it is very sad. It is not the government that is paying you. It is the taxes of those people in the studio, my tax, and every other person's tax. It is paying you. For God's sake, for God's sake, let us have sanity in this country. Let it be seen that a man who does not know anybody can get justice. How can you tell me, for God's sake, that people who you can see their face and the highly respected doctor in the studio there said that the man wore a square cap and brandished the shirt and was holding AK-47. With all due respect to you, sir, you think that if that man does not have anything to do with the government, he will still be working freely? Let us leave. A layman will say, "Leave what to the right for." But their motto, where you enter. For God's sake, we all know what is playing out. Aswa Igodalo does not have the capacity to do that kind of thing. Aswa Igodalo does not have the capacity to pay the kind of people who you see coming to court, especially those who wear suits to court that are not lawyers, the ones who wear native and cap to everyday business that they are doing. Aswa Igodalo cannot afford them because he's a modest businessman, so he cannot.
I will come back to you. Well, he made his point. He said, look, that's why he loved the military. There's decorum, there's this sense that you cannot do it in the presence of a military man fighting in the court premises, because from the way I was brought up, a court premises is like a hollow chamber. You don't go there to do anyhow in court. You don't go there to say things anyhow, talk less of fighting in the court premises, and no arrest was made. So we just call it contempt of court or breach of peace of court, and that can land you in jail. But that wasn't done. You hear me?
That could simply tell you the degradation of our security system, you understand? Because if non-state actors could obstruct justice, the functionality of justice, that tells you then there's an upper hand in all these things. And that's why we are where
An upper hand?
Yes, that's why we are where we are today. You understand? Because those people obstructing the functionality of the justice systems, these non-state actors, they are not powerful than state actors, constitutionally guaranteed to bear firearms. So if these people are obstructing justice, what is the right thing to do? What is the right thing to do? The police are there. Police are there to protect the environment so that everything can be done properly. But what did we see? Judges, people that came to court, they were all threatened, and the place became unholy, and nothing could go on there. You understand? Possibly they now have to relocate. They now have to relocate it to Abuja. So I'm asking, if the same thing happened in Abuja, where will they relocate it to? Okay, in Abuja they have better security. In Edo they don't have. That tells you what? Let's be honest and be realistic to ourselves now. You understand? Because if we continue like this, we can't build a sustainable nation that we all aspire to be. You understand? We are going down, and we are continuing to going down because of all these shenanigans and all these things. You understand? Those in government, they don't uphold the Constitution, which they swear to uphold. You understand? And security, instead of your loyalty should be to the Constitution. Your loyalty should be to the people's interest, but your loyalty is to the person that appoints you. You understand? And the most saddening thing of all this is that what even surprised me, you see judges and lawyers who are supposed to be the custodians of the Constitution are not the one turning the Constitution upside down. And if you do not have a good
Would you say turning upside down or trying to interpret the Constitution?
Yes. Yes, you understand. And if you do not have a good justice system that could fight the contemporary challenge that we face as a nation, you can't have a sustainable republic.
All right.
Today, America is where it is today. It is because of the people who run government and who function in this government organogram, make it work. And that's why they are a prosperous nation and a sustainable nation. So
Okay.
if our judicial system are not living up to the responsibility of dispensing judgment the way it's supposed to be, our nation will continue to be a weak nation.
Okay. Well, I remember way back where I was 7 years in Abia State. Fortunately for me, I was among the supervisory officials during the census a long time ago. You know, we're trying to get the materials in the local government. It was a court proceedings going on in the local government. It's really a customary custom of that nature. Because of the rowdy nature, this is a true life story. We're summoned to the court. And the judge was like, come on, what is going on? We're like, if you don't control the crowd or control yourself, we'll tell you this is like contempt of court. And you go to jail. So they pleading for mercy. And that was how we're discharged. This is just a court in the local government. We're talking about a tribunal that has to do with the governorship, election, and no arrest was made. Dr. Andrew, let me come to you. From what AME said, he said there is a higher hand involved with this. That might just be the reason why the policemen, their hands are tied. If you take a look at the video, they were not attempting to make any arrests. Unlike you trying to maintain law and order in the court premises, is it true that there are higher hands or higher people higher than the law in the Petition Tribunal in operation?
I wouldn't know if there are higher hands, or what Karl Marx would call the unseen, the invisible hands.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't know. But like I said, I am disappointed in the police. I share the sentiments of everybody. All right? I'm seriously disappointed in the police. I love the police force. And like I said, if for any reason, if not for maybe one, I would have been in the police force. I actually wanted, but something came up and I changed my mind. So that's why each time I see police officers, I salute them for, you know, their service to the nation and the sacrifices they make every day to keep our nation safe. But on this situation, this case, I am really disappointed because I feel that the police could have done better. If they had arrested the situation from the very beginning.
Look at them they're just escorting people out,
you know,
not making any arrests in the court premises.
When you plant, when something, a weed, you know, springs up, and you do not cut it off immediately, that weed will grow to become a stubborn grass. And that is what we saw. That from the very beginning, that very first video that we saw, where someone, I'll reiterate again, putting on AIO Square shirt and cap with pump action, shouting, bring back our mandate. If that guy was arrested immediately, and then the whole nation,
just look at it. They
were
were shouting, wrestling.
The whole nation, and then the whole nation saw it, that man has been arrested. It will not get to this. It was when that man was allowed to walk away freely. And then people who are threatened will want to protect themselves. This one that you are seeing now, I already explained to you the scenario that took place here. Private security guards of the candidate of the PDP, all right, who came to the courtroom, and we are now the ones that we are now checking people into the court hall, or into the courtroom, sorry. Checking people into the courtroom. Is that part of what they came to do? Is that what they came for? Were they not there to protect their principal? At what point did they now get the responsibility of checking people, determining who will enter the courtroom and who will not enter? So at some point, even while you are trying to pin this thing on people, but you also look at some of the trends. You understand? In security, we call it trends and patterns of what transpired from the beginning, leading to these trackers that you are seeing here. You understand? And so if people had conducted themselves properly, it will not get to a situation where we are even blaming the police. But the police themselves could have also done better. Could have arrested the situation. Look at what happened there now. Look at the fight. And then the policemen were even begging some of the actors.
The disturbance of public is enough to make an arrest.
Massaging their ego.
In terms of disturbance of court premises proceeding,
that's
no
what
arrest.
I'm saying now. Massaging their ego. According to my brother in Abuja, massaging their ego. You understand? If they had simply read the Riot Act from the very beginning and then used one or two persons as a scapegoat, it will not get to this. But for those who are saying they do not support the relocation, I want to ask here, is the lives of the judges not worth protecting? Are you saying that because the Constitution says that the election petition will be cited in Benin or wherever the election held, it's enough for the judges to die? From what you are seeing here, even you that is watching it, do you feel safe from your studio? Talk less of the judge in Abuja who is superintending over the case.
So they can't take.
We cannot continue to say the Constitution said this and that, neglecting the sanctity of the lives of the people that are involved. Their lives are precious. If Abuja will guarantee unhindered access to justice, so be it. Let's not say because we know how to speak English here, we undermine what is important.
All right.
What is important here is the protection of the lives of the judges and the lawyers that are involved. Even the candidates.
I'll come back to you.
Because the candidate of PDP is not feeling unsafe, that's why he also had to resort to the use of private security, who he feels can do the job better. Okay. So, but in this case, everybody, because Abuja is a location, is a no-go area for this kind of things.
All right. The message is very clear. Yeah, it's very clear. Andrew has not been able to reconcile his own questions, rhetorical question, in the course of his analysis with what Mohammed said. Are we also saying that in Edo State there is no security, and why security is the primary business of the government? So, how are you sure that Abuja will be better than Edo State? So it's parasitical. So there's no need at all. There's no need. They can make adequate provision for security in Edo State. If for any reason there's challenges, they would have called for more arms. Even from other sister security agencies, that was not done. In the alternative, relocate the venue to a quiet place, a serene environment here in Edo State. It was not done. I don't look at the angle you are looking at this issue. So again, to me, it's not too late. The police, probably the strategy they employ for one reason or the other. It's not too late, because what happened is a slap on the nation.
If I agree, massaging the egos.
No, it's beyond that. I don't think nobody, no leader, no political leader will support this going scenario we are seeing in Edo State. In the face of the court, in the court premises, nobody, no leaders. Those people should be fished out. We are calling on the Nigeria police force. They will go after them. So investigation is not one day. So I still have hope that this person will not. They will use them as a deterrent to others. What business do they even have with election with the court case? Are they lawyers? You see all these politicians, you see lawyers that are conducting the case, they even work together. You see, we don't behave that way in our profession. But politicians, before you know it, disturbing. They think that police is a do or die affair. This thing is transient. It's ephemeral. So it's disturbing. It's a national issue. I still have hope that the police will go after them. That is my view.
But still, because Dr. Andrews said that is the best thing to relocate it. Usman said it's the best thing to relocate. Yeah, me, I don't know where he stands right now. What about relocation? But you are saying relocation.
Yes, my position is very clear. Yes, and they are saying that is the word. What is their own constitutional? What is it called? What is their own legal? What is the reason? If it is, for example, we are seeing cases when you are looking at sometimes people don't understand what goes on in the court. If it is federal high court, no problem. Federal high court is one, for instance. You can take something can happen in Edo State, you can try it in Kano because federal court has one jurisdiction. But some person might use that scenario, but it is not. This is a peculiar issue.
Are you suspecting foul play now? Because from the way you are saying, are you suspecting foul play somewhere?
No, it's a procedural issue. It's not substantive. It's not fundamental, so to say. The situations somehow could be managed, but it's also a legal issue. Procedurally.
All right.
Yes.
All right. If you just joined us, this is TMI. We're taking a look at the relocation of Edo State Election Petition Tribunal to Abuja, the underlying factors. Some are saying with this relocation, the outcome of the tribunal might just be affected. What do you think about this? We'll come discuss it after this break. Don't go away. Thanks a lot for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. This is the last part of this particular discussion. After that, we'll dive into the security situation of the country. Some are saying the move or relocation of the Election Petition Tribunal might just have an outcome on the results or the judgment. Now, that is what we're going to take a look at before we cement this discussion. Let's move straight down to Abuja, where Usman is standing by. Do you think the relocation of these election petition tribunal will have any impact on the outcome of the election?
I don't think so. First of all, I think that the judge that they are not Edo men. They are not from Benin. I think they were constituted by the president of the Court of Appeal. What I think, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I think that it has been known for a while. It's not something that is done by the Chief Justice of Edo State. So that is on one hand. So if any judge can give any judgment from anywhere, if the person has decided to uphold justice and fairness. Fairness and justice is not only in Benin, it's not only in Edo, it can be done from anywhere. Then again, please just give me a moment. I want to go to my very respected doctor in the studio. I don't know why he keeps saying the problem started from when somebody brandishing a proper shot. One thing. It doesn't work that way. First of all, somebody is brandishing a proper shot. You saw before the election, just few weeks before the election, people who were not even close to the scene of what happened in the airport, going as far as Esan West, very far from the airport. If you want to drive from Esan West to the airport, if you are driving a speed that's the car, it will run, it should take you 1 hour. They went there to go and pick them. People who they said were in hiding, they still went to the place to go and pick them. Now you are telling me that somebody that is wearing AIO square, they don't know where he is. He's not a spirit. He came from, he's the heavenly body. He came from heaven with AIO square cap and shirt and with the gun, the spiritual gun. So immediately he finished, he left. Then you go to what's the name of this thing? What's the name of that place? After the election, if you went to Ramat Park and you were going to maybe Aduawa or those places, you will not be able to pass. The police that you will see there, you will think that Edo State was going to war against Delta State. That is how the police knows when to do their job. I don't want to continue to say that the Nigerian police force, some of their members, they don't have shame. It seems like
Like we are having a technical difficulty there occasioned by connection with a network center. Not to worry, I believe Usman is working on it from his own end. Well, I'm going to ask you that same question, EM. Is it going to have any outcome to about the relocation? Is there going to be a change or anything at all?
And to be frank and to be honest, if the judges do their job the way they're supposed to do it, I don't think it's going to have any change on delivering whatsoever. But the thing is that due process should be done, and all things that is needed to be done, it's really done the way it's supposed to be done, you understand? Because these are constitutional issues, and the constitutional provisions has to be followed thoroughly, you understand? But our nation where it is today, can you beat your chest and say, yes, this judiciary system, you believe them, you understand? The problem we are having today, you cannot rule out the judiciary is part of it, and judiciary has to redeem themselves in any way, you understand, to make this nation a great nation, you understand? So if the judiciary work for everybody, Nigeria will be more peaceful and okay, you understand? And I don't think if they do what they're supposed to do, I don't think it's going to hinder, it's going to cause any mayhem, or if everything that they're supposed to do is done properly. And so that's why I think about this, and I think the judiciary have to live up to expectation. They need to build the confidence of the people, because whether you like it or not, there is no nation that can go without a judiciary that the people does not have faith. You understand? And so the thing is that they just have to do what they have to do, and justice should be seen done.
All right.
That's the most important thing.
All right, you're saying to not have any effect on the outcome.
Yes, but they just have to do it so that everybody could see, yeah, these people are doing
Okay,
their
I want
job.
to tell you, Dr. Andrew, is it going to change anything relocating the tribunal to Abuja?
No. Justice can be served from anywhere. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, Abuja is a neutral place where, like I said, all parties can now argue their cases under a serene and civilized atmosphere, where the judges will not be afraid, to deliver their judgment and all of that. And don't forget that the Petition Tribunal is now moving to the premises of the National Judicial Council. So that's a very highly secured environment, highly serene environment, highly civilized environment. And under that situation, the lawyers should be able to perform better, while the judges will be able to settle down and listen to all parties and arrive at a dispassionate conclusion, and deliver their judgment, were free of or devoid of fear of any kind. So it will not affect anything. The case is the case. The facts are the facts, and they will be presented as such. On that basis, judgment will be delivered.
All right, thank you so much, Doc. Well, Barrister.
Yes, Wilson, I still very have much hope in the judiciary. There's hope, and it's the last hope of a common man. Contrary to what Mohammed.
No, Mohammed is one in Abuja.
He was trying to say that the problem we are facing today is caused by judiciary.
The judiciary is part.
It's not true at all.
I say the judiciary is part.
It's a fallacy. No, truly, because even looking at the video we are watching, that is not the problem of judiciary. The executive arm of government, which is saddled with the responsibility of implementation and enforcement of the law. Sometimes you see the more people disobey court orders. Who is to enforce? So, it's not the judiciary that is the problem of this country. It's the executive arm of government. That's why we have much work to do. The level of compliance with the law is still very low. It's not the judiciary that will arrest. Is it the judiciary that will arrest? That is not. The judiciary is to interpret, apply the laws. So, I distance myself with you when you say that. Seriously.
I say part of the problem.
Yes. So I won't really agree with you.
So what about the outcome? It's going to affect the outcome.
The issue of outcome.
Yes.
Ordinarily, you know, when a matter is in court, we see you also have that knowledge that we are supposed to make a fair comment.
Fair comment. We are not talking about the issue.
Yeah, that is it. So, originally, like I said before, the reasons the Constitution provides for a tribunal for each state of the Federation is easy access to justice, with consideration given to a whole lot of things. For example, cost of litigation. For example, now that the tribunal has been relocated to Abuja, if for any reason you need to take witness, the economy is not friendly. You need to take your witness down, for example, to Abuja and all of that. These are challenges.
Then by the costs.
The costs. This is the area. Convenience. If you are to testify in this ongoing matter, you will spend 3-4 days in Abuja. So
on whose expense?
You see, that is the reason. Because access to justice, even while you don't even have. Right? You can even walk from your home to wherever you're sitting, even though you don't have money. But this is not the situation. That was the reason, the rationale behind the provision of a tribunal for each state of the Federation as easy access to justice. But in this case, it's not in Abuja. And the reason given, or whatever, they are saying security. Because of the ongoing security challenges. And all this is a problem that would have been addressed. Even we can address this problem.
I'm not a legal practitioner.
No, this is it. You consult. You can just the venue. You can check the venue and apply for more words. If possible, even during the election, we saw security coming from. Someone came from where? From Kanu, from up out of the country. If that was the case, it's so serious. They can even block the area. It might not even be Sapler Road. A very sober and serene, as the case may be. So, I don't know where we are going to.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister. But you just made one solid point. Easy access to justice. Think about it. All these witnesses that each party wants to present that are going to Abuja, who will foot the bill? The witness can just be, they'll be like, look, if I'm the one footing the bill, forget about me coming. I'm not going to appear because of the money. Not calculate the money for flights, going by road, security risk, calculate plus or minus. We're talking about thousands here. You say that it's not going to have any effect on the outcome. Okay, let's leave it at that, because a man that hasn't eaten, and you tell him to gather money and come and testify for a political party or candidate from here to Abuja, do the maths, taking a plane, how much of it Abuja tickets? Over $100,000. Don't you think it's going to affect the outcome? We are watching. We are watching. But for the police, they all agree that you guys didn't do well in this particular regard.
They will see react.
Oh, they'll see react.
The investigation is not one day. I
Okay, why? Because
calling on them.
Yeah, because people are saying that no arrest was made.
It's not late. It's not late. It's not late.
We want them to do it now. Okay.